Our day has been awesome so far. Just getting started for you, Dawn, right? Because it's still kind of morning time out there, right?
Just getting rolling here. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway.
So mine have been, it's already getting started. It's supposed to, if it said it was going to rain today, but this is Florida, so you never know if it's going to rain on this side or the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was weird feeling the cold weather a little bit. I'm like, wait a minute, is this supposed to be in Florida? Because I didn't know that was in Arizona until being there. I'm like, wait, are we supposed to feel cold weather in Arizona? And then we do.
So we have what is it?
All right.
Misty and clear balance, or clear balance.
Creating balance.
Creating balance. I'm trying to pull back the screen, trying to figure out how to get your screen again to be full screen on the Twitch screen. But we'll figure it out a different time because right now we're losing time. Sorry about that, everybody. So Misty and creating balance. We have been fine.
Yes.
Oh, Misty's saying that she's also in Florida.
Yes. What part of Florida? Because I'm in Fort Myers. Miss Misty, where you are at, honey? Oh, Tampa. Oh, shucks. It's like, I think 2 hours away from, maybe.
Because you're further down the coast. You're further down the Gulf Coast, right? Fort Myers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what am I? Maybe 2.5 hours away from Miami. Yes, just a couple-ish. I know that's right. Don, can you remind me where you went to Sedona for the vortex? Oh, it has no name. That vortex. Does it have a name?
Yes, the vortex. 4630 it says. Okay, yes, it's back live, absolutely. Yeah. The vortex with Sedona. It's the second driving circle. There's a main driving circle in town on the main road of 89A or whatever it's called, and then there's another a driving circle, and it's down by Tepatiqua or something like that. It's a little village to make look like a little old village, but it's an artisan place. It's really wonderful, and in that place is that's a circle beneath it, and so it's the circle up the hill is the one, and circle down below, and it's called something hill or something that is. I'm trying to pull up here on the map. I pulled
the what hill? Oh, you're talking about going to the vortex?
Yeah. And there's a road there, and a road. What happens is when you come to that lower circle, before you go up to the up top of the hill on 89, you hit this little circle, and the circle is there's a spin-off on one road. Okay, the road is kind of continuous like this, but if you go off this way, it's up the hill, and it's called something. I thought it was something hill.
I'm trying to remember where. You remember you drew that map out for me? Remember where that map is at? Because I still have it. I don't know if it's like I mean, because that's the only way. Thank you, girl. Usually I have on pink today, but as a shirt wise or however, but I decided to do a wrap today.
Well, while I look for that, why don't we start with a reading? Who wants to, let's see, who came in first? Was it Misty or is Misty, I think Misty, right?
Yes, Miss Misty did.
Okay, Misty, would you like a reading today? Would you like a general or specific? What's on your mind today, Misty? I'd love one, okay. General or specific? Oh, it's called Schwembly Hill Road. Schwembly Hill Road. By the way, it's Schnelby, Schnelbly, Schnebly, Schnebly Hill Road. When you come up on 179 before you hit 89, or if you're on 89, come down to 179, and at the circle where they connect, you're going to go to Schnelbly Hill Road, which is the spur off of the main road, and that will take you to the vortex that I spoke of. and it is amazing. It is an amazing vortex.
It's the most, I feel it's the most powerful one.
Oh, absolutely. I've been to the airport when I've been to 2 or 3 others, and they just don't have the same energy. I've talked to other people who've gone, and some of them have gone to some of them, and there weren't much of anything there. So, and Misty's saying, would it be possible to get some love guidance? A partner I was with, I have signed about reconciliation. Even your readings is now seeing other people, and it's making me anxious. Okay. So, Shauna, do you have anything?
Well, the first card that jumped out was balance. I'm using the chakra wisdom oracle cards today, and messages from the gods. So that's the first thing. Online it says, I think you're still talking about the vortex. So balance comes out. And that's with your crown. So you in your head about this. So that's what's making you anxious, of course, because you just don't know where to return or what to do in this such. Let's see. Gossip and completion. Oh, you typed it in.
Yeah. They were saying that the one on the airport is, to me, the airport one is not. It doesn't seem to have the energy, the feeling. The one that really has the feeling is Schnebly Hill Road, and again, that one is not on the maps of the vortexes. You'll not see it. There are supposedly a few maps, but that one is not it. That's the locals. The locals know of that one, and they don't put it on the maps. I don't know why, but they all have agreed, and it just never shows up on the maps. But yet, you talk to the locals, they know that one well. And that's where you'll see people coming to, a lot of people go to meditate, to do yoga there. They're on the flat rock right as you look down. It's an amazing experience. Now, if you go down the hill of that vortex, if you go down the rock into the bottom, you will see all of the twisted trees. The trees are growing in circles and all mangled and stuff. And they say that's an indication of all that energy, because all the energy is swirling around. So that's when you can tell, is when the trees, and of course if you move a little away from there, the trees grow straight up. But in that one specific area, they're all twisted and mangled. So it tells you that, again, that energy is at work. And
okay.
So, and you know what? It looks like my video. I'm shuffling my cards, but you wouldn't know it. Yeah, I'm shuffling cards, but apparently my image says I'm not.
Well, you may go ahead and get started. What I have already.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. So because I'm working with the chakra card, so it's telling me about your chakras as well, and saying that things are out of balance. You in the head too much, or that is your crown, and then your heart it shows up, your solar plex and your sacral. You have balance, gossip, completion, facade, and abundance. Excuse me. And what I'm getting with this is, with this old relationship, I mean, it is done. Of whatever, like, you just got to let it be, as far as in being completely done. If not, you're going to be living a type of facade life of saying, of being in this relationship, of feeling like everything is going to be right, everything is going to do right, and it won't. And that's not your true self. You have choices to make when it comes to this, but listen to your heart. What comes up with the messages from the guides is follow the golden rule, which is do unto others as you want. What is that? Do unto others as you want done unto you. Hope I said that correctly. Very close enough. And then you got give without expectation. You are the reason. No, you are here for a reason. Make each day count and learn from your mistakes. And that was the last one. So I feel like this you should embrace this newness that's coming in as far as in new relationships that's coming through. If I'm not mistaken, didn't we do a reading for her last week about embracing like some new folks coming through? Do you remember, Don?
I thought so, but I'm not totally
Right. Right. And I understand why this is making you anxious, because this is your mind messing with your heart. It's like but you got to find balance in between. What do you have so far?
What I see is that, interesting enough, is that there's a lot of pessimism, a lot of energy, not negative energy, but just a lot of I don't know, oh geez, it's not clear energy. It's like an energy of focus on the past, but only on the worst things. And it's interesting because when it falls in this category, though, it's reminding us that sometimes if you look over here, sometimes we wish to celebrate the good things. Once we have time to experience something, right? In the moment, it was whatever. And then we kind of forget about it, and we remember some of the good things. So we remember the good, we think, okay, this was great, and so forth. We think about what we can do. Can we do this again? Whatever. But we have to remember there was some negatives and positives to the good, so there's good and bad. And so what this thing is asking you is to remember that in this relationship, in this situation with this person, there's good and bad. And so the one thing that it's saying here is, usually this card would represent you only focus on the negative, but in this case, it's saying, remember that there's some negative things too. So it wasn't all just pie in the sky. It's all not wonderful. There are some negative parts to this. And then when you look at this card here, again, this is the new card, new energy, new whatever. So again, the cards are indicating that it's time to bring in new energy, new life. In other words, a new relationship. You need to focus. The focus card says you're not on focus because you're focusing solely on whether this is going to happen or whatever. And the cycle is coming. The cycle has ended again. So that relationship has kind of. It's not really. It doesn't seem to be going anywhere further. It has come. It's ran its cycle. The 10 tells you it's done. You guys worked through it. This is the work card. This is the energy card for work and so forth. So again, you need to focus on you need to focus on what's going to make you happy, what's going to take you into the next phase, what's going to make you happy. But it seems like, again, this is where you were hoping for something more. You're thinking it's better. You need to remember there was issues that have not been resolved, and they're not going to change. And so it's probably in your advantage to move on in that regard. The most important thing here, though, is that you have to keep your focus. And you need to focus on something. There's apparently something else in your life, something else that's coming along that needs your focus far more than a relationship at this point, especially this relationship. But if you're getting this thing, it's about relationships, period. I think you need to settle some other things in your life and focus on getting those moving first, and then the relationships will come. Again, this newness, this new energy, this new creation comes with focus. So again, focus, know what you want, bring things to a closure, move on, and new energy will come, new excitement will come. It's coming, but I don't see this being that energy.
No. What's so great about the last, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was gonna say sorry. Sorry.
No. What's so great about this last one is, learn from your mistakes, learn from it, and embrace this new that's coming in, because this new is here, so stay focused on that. Stay focused of the new.
And I was playing with my large deck cards.
Yeah.
See the difference in size?
Yes. They're so huge, but that's good for the camera. So
it is indeed. So did you see the little hand too? It was one of my birthday gifts.
Yes.
Isn't that cool?
Yes, I love that.
Piece of Palo
the hamster.
Yeah, and this is the Palo Santo.
And what came up is focus on the positive. Don said focus on the positive. Miss Misty.
Well, it's interesting with this new moon specifically. It's a Scorpio new moon. Go back to the new moon, Scorpio new moon, and so with the Scorpio new moon, the Scorpio new moon focuses on the reproductive organs and all those things. And so if anybody out there is dealing with health issues on those regards, don't be surprised if they're going to be inflamed at this point, because this is a time, this is that energy, this is that source. That's Scorpio at its worst or best, depending on what you see. But also the emotions run high. Things are far more accentuate with this new moon than they are usually. Now, the interesting thing is, of course, also the veil, right? The veil for the new moon was when we're at our thinnest, and so so you have all this energy that the other side is hearing. So affirmations, because again, this isn't so much ending. With a full moon, you get the endings and the beginnings and so forth. With a new moon, it's all about beginnings. It's affirmations, it's about desires, it's about wants and so forth. And so they are so much more important.
This particular one, because it's in Scorpio, we need to be very, very clear, because this is a powerful one.
Absolutely.
Just like the Lionsgate portal was open. So this is that same feel. A lot of folks are going to go through spiritual awakenings and really honing in to what you truly, truly desire and what you truly, truly want. And this is the time. So focus on you. Focus on, healing yourself. Focus on things that you have to let go, that no longer serves you whatsoever. Yeah. And it's not even for your highest and greatest good. Just breathe in, take it, write your intentions down tonight. Be very clear. It doesn't matter if it's 100 or 3 or 2, it doesn't matter. Write those intentions out. Let the universe know this is what you're feeling. This is how you want to move along. And if it's in alignment, you will know. You will definitely know.
And did I tell you? Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I thought you had finished, so I was gonna change the subject real quick.
No, I was gonna say that check out Don's zodiac videos for November, because it hits on the head of course with this new moon, and it's like preparing you for it. Of course, sometimes when you get a reading or listen to a reading, it's not like all what you want to hear, but it's like on point of what you need to hear. You know what I mean? So I was going to say, I was giving you a plug.
There you go.
That's your videos, because I just watched mine and I was like, wait a minute, I got to do all this health stuff.
And that's Sonar Mystic Tarot at YouTube and also Facebook. And if you do YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and that little icon on the bell, and it'll tell you when I go online or when something new is up there.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. The interesting, and the November readings are up, and the November 2nd week November readings are getting ready to be posted today. So they'll be as well. Yeah, so they'll be ready for this coming week ahead of us. But I wanted to mention is that I told you guys about the reading I had with the guy who created his own tarot deck.
Yes.
And a birthday gift was that tarot deck, which is very cool. Look at that very tarot deck. Isn't that wonderful? That's the one.
That is awesome.
Yeah. This deck is not really a tarot deck necessarily. The tarot it's like a tarot deck but an oracle deck combined. And so I have to learn the deck because the cards mean very different things than usual, and even the spreads and everything else are different. But yeah, it was fascinating. That wound up finding its way to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, how wonderful is that? So.
Oh, that's the birthday gift. For some reason, I was like, wait a minute, that looks so familiar. Okay, that's the cards. Yeah.
Yep. That and then of course the cards that this set of tarot cards was made for me, which I thought was very cool.
Yes.
And this was the other gift as well. And it's funny, I opened this gift and then the other gift was there, and I said, oh, what is this? A bigger tarot deck? And it opened like, oh, it was. Oops. But this is the other deck. This is very cool. Look at these cards. They're very vintage looking and very vintage feeling. And they were made for me, which is wonderful. Isn't that nice?
That is so awesome.
I love my tarot decks, as you can tell.
Oh, yeah.
So this is, and this is the deck number, the person who created it, all that stuff.
Yes.
97 cards in this deck. It's amazing.
Wow. And that's the oracle deck, not the, those are like
deck.
Oh, yeah.
The other one is like a mixture between oracle and tarot.
And the tarot,
This
yeah.
one's a truly tarot deck. This one is under the Italian. It's like the original Italian one. I have a Viscotti. I think it's called Viscotti deck, which is from
Yeah.
1880 something, and this is very much like that one.
Yeah. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I guess who's going to be getting a reading later?
Let me think. Hey, Creating Balance. No problem. You didn't miss much because we kind of wound up getting derailed as well with our systems. Lord have mercy. Technology, it is a new moon. That's all I can say. Technology.
Yes.
You know, and then Smoke NPE. Welcome. It says buy followers. Yeah, I don't think so, but I appreciate it, Smoke NPE. I don't think I want to buy followers. I appreciate that, though. I guess it's they call spam. I don't know.
Right.
So creating, we nailed down the vortex in Sedona. So if you ever get there, it's Schnebley Hill. In case you missed that one, and then yes, ask us a question, Creating Balance, and we'll help you out with
Yes,
that.
please.
And I was thinking about, I was saying something else, and then I finally got sidetracked as usual. I'm telling you, I'm like the dog.
See, this is part of the new moon.
I'm telling you. Well, no, I wish I could blame it on that, but unfortunately, I'm like the dogs in that movie Up, you know, and they say squirrel when my head turns. I'm just so terrible. I'm terrible at that. So, but, yes, thank you.
What's your question, Miss Creative Balance, or Mr.? I don't know.
I think it's female. I think we had last week. Creating Balance is a female.
Okay.
Let me see what kind of energy I'm getting already.
Gratitude and soulmate jumps out.
With my divorce, do you see me staying in my home going forward?
Go to these.
I see you staying for a while. I see when you see the 9 here, the 9 jumped out real quick. So when you see the 9 here, the cups with the 9 tells you that we're taking a break, we're taking a pause, we're taking a moment to review, we're taking a moment to reflect, we're taking a moment to understand, that kind of stuff. And so when you see that, it's a pause moment. So at this point, you'll be in the house for at least a while because there is a pause. There is a moment of review, a moment of reflection. And this house, it's interesting because when I see that card, it's also part of your thinking is like, does this house serve me well and emotionally? Because is it going to remind me of things that passed, or is it going to help to push me forward? And that's going to be a question you're going to have to answer yourself. And I'm sure the cards, I mean, and that's just from my head looking at that card and what Spirit's telling me. That doesn't mean that's exactly the situation. The cards will probably offer more information. Yeah, there's the Knight of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Celebratory card. It's interesting because when I see the Knight of Wands here, and then the Page, it's like you want to move forward. When you see the Knight of Wands, you're moving forward. You're moving again. You're taking control. You're owning your own power, and you're moving in a direction. When you see that along with this card in reference to a question about housing, and then the Page of Swords, it's like news may be coming forward eventually that you will be moving, that you will be maybe selling and getting an offer or whatever. And this is going to turn out to be a good thing. Again, the Celebratory card, because again, you're going to find out. Now, the other way you can see this, and again, this is like 2 different ways you could read this, because you could also see that you're marching into. It's going to take a lot of work to get this resolved, but the news will come eventually and you're going to celebrate it because it's going to come out the way you want it. So to be honest with you, with this reading, it's a little bit confusing, and I'm going to continue plucking away. But Shauna, what do you have there?
Well, so I see it the other way. With this, gratitude comes out with the out of the chakra cards, and soulmate. That is showing gratitude, and it's also she's in this picture. She's pregnant, so it's something new is coming into. It's like birth. Is some newness, but I don't see that happening right now. What I see is you getting back into yourself, and you are going through this process of regaining yourself. It seems like loving yourself all over again, and being that inspiration to others that's going through it, that's watching you, and that is in your group or outside of your group, saying how strong you are to go through what you're going through. I didn't get anything about the house. I just got about her energy. Make each day count. Love is your energy. Literally just loving yourself, like starting all over. The soulmate comes up. It's like, it's not anyone particular. That can be you, coming back into and being led by spirit and having that intimacy with your higher self. So what else did you get?
The next cards that came out, they kind of help to give some clarification. First and foremost is there's some negative energy around the house, I guess, because again, it makes sense if you're in a divorce situation, that house is kind of the anchor to that. The other thing is again, moving takes energy, it takes time, it takes, but you have the energy for it. Things are lining up for you. The fascinating part, the most important thing is, again, things are going to change. Your plans are not going the way that you want. They're not going to work out completely the way you want them. So if you're looking at 3 years, I wouldn't be surprised if 3 years doesn't work out for you, because again, you're going to find happiness. You're going to find, hey, Guko, good morning to see you, and also blessings. The things are going to, again, spirit, life, the universe has a way of coming in, and when we think we have everything planned out, they blow it up. And so
every time.
Exactly. So
look what just happened this morning.
Exactly. So when the King of Cups is here, the King of Cups is kind of telling me that you're going to be comfortable. It's going to work out to a degree for a while, but you're going to get news. You're going to start wanting to change, because you find yourself that you are in a different place. You are in a you're in a different mindset. You're in a different heart set as well, because again, and you're going to be wanting to move. You're going to want to move before 3 years, even with the kids and so forth. Maybe to a house close by, maybe in the same neighborhood, in the same school district or whatever, but I don't see you staying there. I see eventually you moving, and again, this confirmed it. The movement's going to bring you happiness, and it's also going to bring you monetary advantage, because apparently you're going to probably wind up selling it and making some money out of the deal. So you're going to get the Ace of Pentacles, but the Ace of Pentacles here tells you two stories. First is, will I make the money, which you will, but more importantly, it's like there's something about the move that's going to inspire you to advance further, and therefore more abundance through it too. Again, I think it's because you're moving on and setting this behind you. So again, I don't know if you're going to see the whole 3 years. The 3 says here, 3 celebrate, which tells you it could be indeed a 3-year situation. But I don't see that. I see that, again, things are going to change. Things are out of your control. Things that are, again, life changes you. You get down the road a little bit, you're going to see that maybe you don't want to be there anymore. You're like, you know what, I want to put, this is the last vestige of that divorce. I want it behind me. That kind of deal. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here.
I'm also seeing your self-confidence is like getting higher and higher and higher, where once you're ready to move, it's going to be like, okay, I've moved, let's go. It's going to feel like that, in that sense, where this is your doing. This is you making this happen.
And so hopefully it helped you. We'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Next is blessings. How will my academic performance be toward the rest of the year? I've changed decks, as you can see. I'm doing the Archangel Gabriel deck because it tends to answer these questions better. The editor is here. It says you need to work on it. You need to stay focused. You need to stay focused on your work. You need to be making sure that you are thorough with. You're welcome, clearing balance. You need to stay focused on your work. You need to stay focused on making sure that when you're drafting something, when you're submitting a project, when you're submitting a work, that it is the best work that you can put forward. Because again, there's little mistakes. You gotta be careful of those little mistakes. So the editor card's saying that be careful of little mistakes. The vulnerability card popped out, and the vulnerability card tells you that you need to be, when you see this card, it's like be in touch with your feelings and emotions, because the one thing that can derail you is the emotional side. It can put you into a spiral. It can put you into a rat race. It can put you in a situation where you are not as productive as you need to be because you're going to chase something that isn't going to be helpful. So when you see this card, the vulnerability card in this situation says stay focused. Remember to stay focused. Let the emotions have their place, but this is not the time or place for them. And then when the year is over, it's a different story. And the good card is blocks are lifted. So again, if you've been having trouble, if you've been hitting a brick wall, if you feel like something is getting bigger down as you move forward in this year, the good thing is those blocks are being lifted as we speak, and so they are opening the way for you to move forward and to hey Angie, how are you? Thank you for popping in as well. Anyway, so the blocks are lifted. The progress is coming, and
Right.
So again. A new project. Apparently there's going to be something else added to your curriculum, to your schedule, to your lift. Something you're like, okay, another thing. Something you didn't expect is going to be added before the year's over. Make sure that you focus on that new project as well. Get it done. But everything else I see is good. Again, sensitivity. Be sensitive to the fact that timelines are important. Draft yourself some timelines, do something, but most importantly, surround yourself. The law of attraction here is telling you, surround yourself with other students who are also working toward these same things, who are committed. If you have people around you who are not committed, who are willing to blow things off, who are not whatever, going to party, whatever, if you are not that person, then don't surround yourself with that person, because if you're not careful, again, you're going to attract the law of attraction. So if you want to be that person who's moving forward, doing well, surround yourself with those people. Those people will help you stay on to targets. They'll stay on you to make sure you get your projects done, your work done, that kind of stuff. So you should do well, but be careful of the editors. Again, be careful of the little things, the little mistakes that add up over time on a project. And then also know that the blocks are lifted, and then keep surrounding yourself with the people who are headed in the same direction you are. And that's success, okay? What do you have?
Well, very, very similar to what you. So I just pulled from, messages from the guides. So know your truth, take responsibility for your actions, have an attitude of gratitude, and you're never alone. And the chakra card that came out was workaholic. So it's literally you staying focused on these projects, you taking accountability of what's going on. Don't give yourself excuses and keep moving forward, and it will be successful.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Literally. I understand how the academic stuff can go, and you feel like, there's blockages, but you stay focused, because this is your test. This is this is you getting prepared for what's new coming in.
Yeah. I would tell you, I remember one of my horror stories was not my first semester in law school, but my second semester in law school. My first semester was good. And then I had a friend who I saw in the elevator, and she was coming in to quit. And I'm like, what? You can't quit? You're one of the brightest ones we have. I mean, this doesn't make sense. And so we talked, and she changed her mind, and she left that day. And she's now an attorney. She's been an attorney for 20 some years. Mm-hmm. The next semester 2, that was the end of the first year, I was ready to walk. And I'm like, no. And I had 2 projects that I had totally ignored, did not do, because I was like, you know what? I need an excuse. I need to fail. So therefore I can say, oh, I failed out. Well, I didn't fail out. I failed myself. And interestingly enough, I don't know what happened, but there was this moment right before the world fell through, and it said, wake the hell up. What are you thinking? So many people fought to get into law school. So many people were not accepted to get in law school. You did. You know, you have everything that's led you to here, and you're going to wuss out? Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, this is the conversation my head was telling me. It's like smacking me around. It's like, get your butt to the library, sit down, do this.
Yeah.
Do something. It submits a project. If it doesn't, and it was like, I think it was a brief. It was a brief I needed to submit or something, and it was one of them was a brief, and the other one was con law, which is one of the craziest courses. Anyway, so so I tell you, in the end, I got it done, got it together, got it through, and I passed, and eventually became, graduated 3 years later, 3 years total, and 2 years later, I guess what I'd say, but anyway, became an attorney. But I will tell you that there are those times in school where, you, for some reason, something happens, or you allow yourself to go off in this trail or whatever, and you have to wake yourself up, and you have to say, you know what? Get back to it. Get back to it, because again, there are times where it makes sense. There are people who they go on a path and it's not their path, and you know that. And when that happens, it's different. But my spirit was like, no, this is your path, and you need to wake up, because you're blowing an opportunity that was given to you, that somebody else could have had that seat, that somebody else could have done more with it, because you chose what? To whine, to cry, because you have a, you don't know. It's like, come on,
Right.
And then it's interesting, because the one thing that came to me continuously is, you may never serve as a lawyer, but if you get this degree, this JD, you have a doctorate, and if you have a doctorate, and you checked another box, you can do other things with it. I did become a lawyer eventually, but I'm saying is that it's interesting, again, this analysis. So when you face, the point is to anybody out there, when you face these situations, know that momentary kind of, I don't know, regret, the momentary kind of thinking of, is this for me, whatever. Remember that when that moment passes, are you going to be happy with the decision that you made? And if you think, okay, wait a minute, think beyond this, think next week, think if I have to tell my family, what can I tell them? Well, guess what? It's going to wake you up. It's going to wake you up and bring you back to reality. So stay with it. Stay with your education. Education is so important, and most
it really is.
It is the stair step. I'm not saying that everybody. There are great entrepreneurs out there who do not have an education. I totally get that, and they're good at that. But again, with education comes this knowledge, this information that's spread across the vast world of knowledge, and therefore when you move into whatever field you want to move into, that knowledge will benefit you amazingly. So
have a similar story to shortened but very similar. Born in accounting. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, it was times I was like, I'm done with these numbers. I'm done. I don't even want to write in a ledger no more. It's like what and then you learn all these taxes and everything. It got crazy where I'm finding myself sitting in the office with the professor, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, and I want to leave. I want to go home. I want to go back to the country, and I just want to just, do that. Well, the first thing that he said was, well, what would you think your family would say? You're the first in the family to do this. And I'm like, thanks for the pressure.
Exactly.
But I got it. And it wasn't so much of what I was doing to my family. It was literally what I was doing to myself. Exactly. And when you don't finish, it's like you beat yourself up and up. And then I'm seeing my professors rallying together like, all right, how do we make this easier for you? And change the law, change the taxes, do all of this. That's how it's making it easier for me. But that's that challenge, even though I don't work in it now, but it is a great foundation to have and to go through these things and to say, it's your accomplishment. You know what I mean? And just to say you did not give up. You're supposed to fail to say, you're supposed to fall down, wipe it off and get up like it happened, but didn't happen.
Exactly.
And just keep pushing through. So keep pushing through with this academic stuff, child.
Absolutely. It'll pay off in the end. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And Guko, you were asking about the young lady you wanted a relationship with. she is with somebody else at this point, and she wants to bring them along with a trip. It says, want to know my relationship with DA will change given new guy she is with. We had plans to travel, and things get complicated since she wants the guy to tag along. Well, that is definitely complicated.
You're right. That is complication at its finest.
So let's see what's up with Guko here. And welcome, Merlita. Welcome, and yes, we can give you a reading about your next romance.
Oh, DA is a close BFF. No romance.
I see. Okay.
Okay.
But you're afraid that you're uncomfortable knowing that the new romance may actually change the amount of time or access to the individual. Is that what I'm guessing here? Yeah.
Is that what that is? Like, you don't want the relationship to mess up the new boo.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, Angie, we'll give you a reading as well. Absolutely. Any specific question or a general? We'll do Merlita next, and then Guko is now, then Merlita, and then Angie. And we'll reset the time remaining clock because we're running short, but we'll go long. We had another dramatic kind of technology issue this morning, as it is it is normal, so it's what it is.
Right. If something doesn't mess up, something is wrong. That's how I feel about that when we get on.
Whoops. Card went flying.
Yeah, I had 3 cards fly: perseverance, wisdom, and faith. Your sacral, your heart, and your crown chakras. So what I have already is like you already being true to yourself and trusting the wisdom that's coming through, listening to your heart, because that is being led, and have faith. You are the reason. You are here for a reason. Okay. And set your intentions. New moon vibes here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's all that flew out for me. What do you have?
Well, I have to apologize because I had to drink out of the bottle because I had to bring my cup. So it wasn't graceful what I was just drinking, but oh well.
It's all good. Is it ever graceful when you drink and eat?
No, it isn't. It really isn't. But Lord knows when you get parched, as they say.
You get parched.
Absolutely.
Right.
What I'm seeing here is that you have a lot in common with this person. You guys have a lot of water under the bridge. And so by having that water under the bridge, to having that connection, it allows you some flexibility with each other. And so the good part is that that's going to continue. You guys share a lot of music in common. Apparently that's one of the issues. But what I'm seeing here is that you two probably were soulmates in a previous life. Mm-hmm. And this is not the only time you've been together. However, in this life, that's not the intentions for you in this life, but you came back to be in close proximity to each other. And mm-hmm. And therefore, again, usually, and it happens often with soulmates, they either come back as soulmates again, or come back as this life's soulmates, or they'll come back in close proximity so they can watch over. It's quite interesting how that works. Now, sometimes a soulmate doesn't even come back, but they'll stay on the other side and watch over for a lifetime. Maybe they're trying to figure out what they want to do with their next life and under the next life contract. I don't know. But in this case, you guys were in a previous life, you were soulmates. And you will pop up again and again and again around each other. So don't be surprised if sometimes you have visions. I would not be surprised, Guko, if sometimes you have visions that of you two together in a previous life. And you may not even look like yourselves, but you know the energy. Those energies are together. Or you'll think about a memory, it'll trigger a memory of something that happened. You're thinking, that never happened in this lifetime. Well, no, but it happened in a previous lifetime. And again, it's because that veil, sometimes like right now, or when a full moon is again, when the new moon's and full moon is close, when the veil is very thin between, and so you can find energies from the other side easily. So that sometimes it slips through. And then forgiveness. The other thing to do is you have to be patient with her. You have to be patient to know that when these situations, when you're in this situation, that you gotta overlook some of the little things, because when you're traveling with somebody, when you're looking, especially with a couple, there's things that are going to tick you off, things are going to bother you. You're going to do the same to them as well. But we're looking at it from your perspective with these readings, and that's what this is about. So if you do this travel with them, the chances are you're going to be getting ticked off a few times. It's not, there's something's going to like just kind of needle at you or hit you in the wrong way, and you have to be prepared to forgive, because if you don't forget, you can't move on. Forgive, move on, and see, it brings healing. Again, when you give forgiveness, you heal. The forgiveness isn't always meant for them; it's meant for you, because if you forgive, then you move on. If you don't forgive, then it just lingers and it eats you away. And look at this, a new beginning. It's interesting because the one thing that this tells me when I see the new beginning card, this trip may open up. It may open up this relationship and those two to you in a different way than you've seen them before. And it may create a whole new beginning for you where you see them in such a different light, but yet a light that you know that this is all going to work out for all of you, and it's going to be enjoyable. So this again could be a brand new start for you with her, and with understanding him as well. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm seeing. And then freedom card, which means, again, you have free will. You can make things happen. You can do what you want. But this is what this is reading here. Hope that helps, Guko.
Yeah. My last card that came out was be yourself. Mm-hmm. So don't, not be yourself. Be who you are. And you are here for a reason. You know, Spirit said that.
Yes,
and a lot of times, a lot of people don't know what that reason is, mm-hmm. and it's not necessarily meant for you. It can be meant for someone else to see, why you are here for a reason.
Yep.
And
sometimes it takes somebody else to help us find that. You're right.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that it's interesting is that if you want to try to find out what your life purpose is, if you want to really connect, one thing to do is meditation. And an easy meditation is lighting a candle, a tall, thin candle, and staring at the flame for like 5 minutes and focus only on the flame. And then once you really get that clarity of mind, then ask the question and say, what is my life purpose? What was I brought here for? What is my life contract? That's the kind of deal. So now it's Merlita.
Real quick with Guko. Don't be scared, because one of your cards that came out had said, have faith. So literally have faith of what this situation is all about. Have faith in yourself, have faith in your friend as well. So
absolutely.
Don't worry about anything. Y'all are who y'all are meant to be in this lifetime.
Yes, yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Merlita, this is for you. You're looking about your next romance. Hey, Jess, nice to see you. It's wonderful that you joined, and if you want a reading, we can squeeze you in. First, we're going to do Erlita, then we're going to do Angie, and then we can put you in as well. And Merlita, if you have a chance and you like what you're seeing so far, don't forget to click that follow or whatever it is. I can't remember what they do on this one. Is it follow or like or subscribe? Or it's one of them. I think it's follow.
Do something that you'll keep up with us.
You're welcome, Guko. It's always good to see you, by the way.
Well, 2 cards already flew out, completion and renewal for your next romance. So with this previous thing, you want to make sure that it is done, is completed, and there's no more ties to it. And you are coming into a new space with a new romance. So Don is awesome about breaking down who your boo gonna be and what he might look like. Or her, it don't matter, a person.
So is that the handoff?
That's the handoff. Well, what flew out for me right now? So what you have?
let me get back to it then. Oh, dreams. Well, you're going to meet this person in your dreams first. This person will appear to you, and they may not be in the perfect physical form you're looking for, but they're going to show up in your dreams first. They're going to be the energy that you want. They're going to. The interesting thing, though, is while you're having your dreams, make sure that you are manifesting what you want. Make sure this person is, again, the fitting that what you want, because again, it's not just they're going to show up in the dream and you're stuck with them. Manifest what it is you want from them. So when you go to sleep at night, before you go to sleep, ask Spirit and say, can you send me some idea? Can you show me a picture? Can you whatever? Can I know who's coming my way? This is part of your spiritual growth. The person that's coming is in that same path. It's that path of your spiritual growth. They're helping you. I hate to say this because it's not going to make you feel so great, but the next romance you have is not going to be the final romance. It's not going to be that wondrous, life-affirming kind of whatever. This is going to be the next stepping stone. And there's going to be arguments, and there's going to be need for forgiveness. Again, this is part of your spiritual growth. This is not the last person. So when you look to the person, look also to what they can teach you as you're in that relationship. Look what they can teach you, what you can learn from them, how you can grow from them, because they're coming into your life for a reason. They're coming into your life to help you on your journey. Okay? And so the interesting thing again is that when that person comes, they're going to not be the final one. I love the music card again. The music card's popping out here, and so the forgiveness card. And then surrender and release. Again, the surrender and release is after the things blow up. You want to make sure that you stay friends with them. This is somebody who you're going to want in your life. They're going to help you again in your path, and you're going to find harmony with it. The one thing that the music card pops out here, when it pops out here, the one thing that I see for it in this reading is that music is going to be soothing for you. It's going to help to heal the wounds. It's going to, sometimes music can hurt because you'll hear something and it hurts you because you're like, oh, I remember when. But this is going to be a time where you want to listen to music and during the healing process to find the harmony after this relationship ends. So the relationship's coming, and I'm going to see if I can find you a timeline of that relationship. Again, I hate to tell you that I should give you some great news and should not say that maybe, but but unfortunately, and I could be wrong. The good thing is that this is free will. And I say this over and over again, you have free will. You get into a relationship, it's great, it's wonderful. There may be problems. He may do something, she may do something, the world may blow up, and you may live with it forever and say, this is fine with me, and that works for you. So you have free will. You do not need to follow any specific thing saying, well, the card said, so I have to. Well, no, you don't have to. Remember, free will is everything. So make sure you control your destiny, control your situation. I'm just saying right now that what the situation is. I'm seeing that around the holidays. I'm seeing that I'm seeing like in 4 weeks from now. 4 weeks from now, so that takes us just after Thanksgiving. You may see this person or meet them in Thanksgiving. You may see them a little after that. But during the holidays, this relationship will come. This relationship will rise. You will find this person. This person is going to have they're going to have darker hair. They're going to have darker eyes. They're going to be a very patient person, a very caring, patient person. Finances is not going to be a problem from them. They're going to be very comfortable in their self right now. So finances will not be a problem. They are somebody who has an energy of a lot of stuff going on around them. They're very connected, and they're working on a lot of things. So a lot of energy. This person is going to be very stable, a very stable feeling. But you're not going to feel that wow. That's not this person. This person's not going to be the overwhelming wow. This person's going to be the comfort, because currently you're in need of comfort right now. And again, what happens is that comfort is going to start out well, but it's going to drive you crazy over time, because you're going to say, you know what, I want that bam, I want that wow, I want that, my gosh, this is great. And not just this is okay. Because again, that's what this relationship will be. This relationship will not check all the boxes. And eventually you'll come to the decision where you're like, you know what, do I stay comfortable, or do I go for the wow? Do I go for the one who really will, turn my head? And ultimately you'll go to the one eventually to turn your head. But that will happen after this relationship. So sorry to give you the good news, bad news, whatever, but that's what I see.
Yeah. So message from the guys, don't relinquish your power.
Exactly.
And the last one is like attracts like. So this person and you is going to have a lot of stuff in common, but it's not. Know your truth, and you are here for a reason. Gosh, that can't keep coming up for everyone that I've pulled today. You are here for a reason, and knowing that it's also helping them as them helping you.
Yeah, and I think that makes sense, especially with this time, because again, the affirmations. If you know your truth, you know your power. You need to speak it today. Today is that day. This is the new moon. This is the Scorpion new moon. This is the time where you push back all this crazy energy, because again, this is going to be the most crazy energy of any of the new moons throughout the year. This is the
part that you got to be very, very clear.
Yes. Yep.
As clear as possible. And I mean, break your clearness all the way down, because that's what the universe and spirit wants you to do. And when you set it out there now, they're like, all right, here we go.
I hear you.
We're either going to give you something better or what you want. But 9 times out of 10, they're going to always give you something better.
It's interesting because Merlita said, oh, someone's coming, got to watch out. And then it's, okay. I hear you. It's yes, indeed.
But you got to go through this first. Because you got to do.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to do some releasing, and you got to do some growth. Yep. So this is you coming out your shell of getting out your comfort zone.
Yep. And you got to fill the vessel. The vessel has to be filled. And so that's the important thing. And Angie says, let's see, Angie was like, where was it, Angie? I saw it here somewhere. Oh, here it is. No specific question, just feeling a bit disconnected. Okay, let's get an energy tap here. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to draw from a different deck. Angie, you probably already knew I was going to draw from this deck. We're going to the Archangel Gabriel deck. And actually, I'm going to mix it up with the healing deck, too, because I think you have some healing needed. I think something going on there. And Merlita, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow, comment, whichever it is. I do not know. I should know. I can't believe I don't know that. I think with this one, it's a follow or something, or a like or something. I don't know. I've watched some of the other folks on this screen, on this channel, and on this service, whatever you want to call it, and it's interesting. I'm mesmerized by some of them, and then other ones, I don't, I can't seem to connect to. And so the good part is if somebody gets on here and they can't connect, then that's fine. There are so many wonderful ones out there that you'll find somebody. That's a great thing. But the other thing is the gaming stuff. I'm not a gamer, so when I watch the gamer stuff, sometimes I'm fascinated by how these people are so into the games. And then I remember when I was younger, how I used to play games with the video games, and I'm like, I remember those days when I used to think that was the world. That's amazing.
Yeah, actually, my stepdaughter is on here, and she is like the ultimate gamer.
Is that
like
right?
Her next thing is her being monetized for all her playing and stuff. So I'm like,
fantastic.
What in the world?
Yeah, make money doing what you like. How's that? Right? Yeah. There are people who make some good money, and also they get rewarded by the companies. The companies will send them products to use. Yeah. Therefore, they get placements, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely.
I was talking to somebody the other day.
I can't stay still no more like that. I got to move around.
Oh, I hear you. So Angie, for some reason, these cards just keep shuffling. I think I'm in the wrong deck because they're just not giving me anything. So we're going to go over here to the healing deck and see what the healing deck says. What do you have, Shauna?
I have for the chakras, the 3 that popped out was empath, perception, and joy. And so already that's working with your sacral, your heart chakra, and your solar plex, and it's bringing some joy back into your life. And then, the messages that spirit is letting you know is be yourself, and patience is a virtue. So I can only speak of what I feel. And I feel like when you are in the process of going through healing or feeling that disconnect, that you are actually going through a spiritual awakening of some sort. And it's like literally breaking you down because you feel like things are not going at the same time or the time that you need it to go, you know? Literally being patient comes out on all of this, but there's promise of joy at the end of this cycle for you. Listen to your heart. I mean, literally, it's all about what's going on with your heart right now. Your heart is letting you know how to step out and literally be yourself. So that's what I'm getting so far. And you're going through a transformation. You know, as I look more into, you know, perception, you're going through a transformation because of the butterflies. You are in that transformation state right now. And then, of course, with it coming through and you're being guided through this. So I understand that the patience is like, it's not there, but having patience is the most important thing that I'm getting out of this reading. What about you?
What I see is that you've been holding on to something. You've been holding on to a belief, an idea, a thought, and it's been eating away at you, and something is bothering you. That you, it kind of keeps working on you, and you need to let it go, because again, you're holding on to it. You need to emerge from it. You need to come away from it. Let it go, and just kind of move forward. And eventually, you're going to get your questions answered. The questions and the issues, they're going to resolve themselves. It's just that you're carrying a lot of baggage right now. You're carrying a lot of again, something. And if you look at her cauldron, the cauldron she's carrying, but it's leaking. So again, it's not just tucked away. It's this information is just kind of, it's slowly slipping out. And then you have the ideas and inspirations. The ideas and inspirations are a good card, because it's like, you know, once you release, once you emerge from this, once you push forward from this, then all these new ideas and inspirations would come to you, because everything is kind of pent up with this. Again, there's something going on here, something that has bottled you up, something that it's like, I don't know if it's a thought or an idea, or maybe in your head you're thinking there's this block or something, but you need to move forward. You need to press through it. You need to kind of surrender to the fact that, you know what, I can't control that. I can't do anything about that. And then put it in its own safe space, tuck it away. Down the road, you may be able to come back to it and fight it, or deal with it, or do whatever. But I would put it in a lockbox and just say, you know what, not now, not at this moment. I will deal with it later if I have to. Or again, if it's something that you've just been mulling over and thinking, oh, well, what I should I? Well, maybe not, because again, if you should have, then you would have. So move on and emerge from this. You need to emerge with a new energy, and again, it's going to, by releasing it and letting it go, you're going to open yourself up to new ideas. Now, it's a great, interesting card here. I'm using the medicine deck, and with that one, it's called Great Spirit, Mother Creator, bless the earth through my life, source of all nourishment. We seek the plenishment your sacred world. Again, replenish your sacred world. Guide us now through these images, words, feelings, etc., etc., etc. So again, it's calling on Mother Earth, calling on Gaia, calling on Spirit, calling on somebody else to come through and help you let this go, help you to release this. They will help you. You know, just lay it at their feet. Tell them, you know, take this away. I'm done with it. And it's interesting, when I saw these cards, the three arrows cards, they're 5, 6, and 7, all popped out. And there's the unity, working together. There's the issue here of thinking about, okay, what do I do? How do I go? How do I move forward? What am I eating? Apparently, diet is a question here as well, because diet is an issue. The food that you're taking in, is there something that's triggering you? Is there something that's helping to do this for you? Does it send you on highs and lows? Is there a problem there? And then the most interesting point again is looking. This is a broken arrow, because it's like, okay, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I need to be. I want something more. I need something more. I need to see through the veil. And if you look here, it's like they're pushing through a veil. They're looking for something more. They're pushing on to see what is more out there for me. What is that next step? Again, so open up that opportunity. Release what's here. Release what's holding you back. Release that energy, and then push forward. And with the new renewed energy, saying, you know what? It's time to find something different. It's time to fight a different challenge, because this challenge is not meant for me at this time. And again, like I said, if you don't want to let it go, the one thing you can do is wrap it up in a lockbox. And again, you have the skill set. You can create a visual and show yourself like a steel box. Show yourself making this issue into like a piece of paper or something, put it in the box, shut it, and lock it, and then leave it. You eventually can come back to it, but it'll help you to release and surrender. It's a visualization thing, but most importantly, it'll touch your soul in a way that will help you to release and let go. So I would suggest that. And again, call Mother Earth. Mother Earth is ready to help you. She is open. She is ready. Spirit is ready. Again, Spirit's helping to emerge as well. And again, you're piercing that veil. You're piercing the veil. Look into the other side. Okay?
Yeah, you're being rerouted. That's what I'm hearing, what Spirit is saying. You're being rerouted into, into this new path. And to embrace this, it's like you're coming out of this darkness and literally embracing Gaia. Mother Earth, just, understanding that that's what makes you feel, and that's actually going to heal you as well.
Yep. So that's it. Again, you shake it off, find some way to put it aside and move forward, or find some way to deal with what it is, and then through it, growth will come. Through this, growth will come. But I know it's like a stumbling block, and it is it's a heavy block, because I can feel some of that energy even myself as I deal with this. It's like there's this feeling of what I'm feeling from you, what I'm getting that energy from is this feeling of it's not really tired, but it's tired. It's not physically tired. It's like I'm just drained. I don't. It's like your mind doesn't want to go there. Your mind doesn't want to. It's like enough already. That kind of feeling. That's what I'm getting. I'm feeling of something that needs to wake your spirit up, wake your heart up, wake your energy. You need like an energy boost. And may I suggest one of the ways is a vortex visit. Sedona would be a perfect place to go again for that, because if you go to the vortex, you will get that renewed energy. You will find that energy. It'll wake you up.
Absolutely.
Another way could be maybe energy healer. Visit with a dear friend of ours, Levita, or something, and have her do an energy healing for you. There's a difference. There's many things that could probably shake you out of this. And also tell your spirits for a while. Tell them, shut up. I'm tired of you. I don't want to hear from you. Turn them off for a little bit. Give yourself a few down days and say, you know what? I'm down. I am off the grid, shall we say, until X day at a certain time. And tell them this is my want, my will, desire. I want to be just shut down for a period of time so I can just kind of get back to me, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
I wish you well.
Another thing for this new moon. This new moon energy will be a full moon energy for you, because you need to release. You need to release some of this pent upness and just burn it. And then set some new intentions for yourself of, staying healthier, eating healthier foods, having Spirit to provide those healthier foods and to move in that, because when you feeding that temple and feeding your soul, it is from the earth, instead of eating so much, processed and crappy foods that will keep your energy and frequency low. So that's what my recommendation for working with this new moon.
And then with Jess, if you have general question or a specific question, let me know. If you're still there, I haven't seen you in a minute or so, but let me know if you have a specific question or a general question, and we can do the reading before we head out. And Angie, give me a shout later today sometime, or maybe even tomorrow, and I'll do an extended reading for you. We'll see what's going on. We'll look really deep.
You got it.
I'll probably drive you crazy. A relationship reading, platonic or romantic, whichever comes up. Okay. Are you looking for a relationship, or you want to know about the relationship you're in?
Thanks, I always.
Is that a relationship reading that you're in, or a relationship reading that you're considering, Jesse?
you currently is in.
Okay. I'm being drawn back to the regular tarot deck. Hey, don't forget to check out the monthly readings on YouTube, Sonora Mystic Tarot on YouTube for the monthly readings and for each of your zodiac signs. They're general readings, but they do sometimes hit the target, the head on the target, or a number of the things will resonate with you because of your sign. And then I'm getting ready to upload the weeklies for next week. Those should be up by tomorrow, if not this evening. Trying to get those finished up as well. And then Shauna, don't forget to check out Shauna's site, by the way, for those who haven't checked it out yet, or for those who have, need to go back to it. And I'm not even going to try to butcher it, so you tell us, Shauna, what is your site?
I was waiting. I'm like, does he got it right this time? It's goddesspower.net. That is the website. On there are, infused crystal skincare, also services, as in getting back into, honoring that body. That's personal training. And then there's also crystal intentional jewelry that we meditate with and either do customs or already have the intention set for you and use your energy for that. Also, you can check me out on YouTube at Naturally Divine Goddess. I'm getting back on my tea times. I just, come on and however spirit leads me, I'm, speaking about that message. Also, I do have readings up for like the new moon and the full moon. I didn't do it for the new moon because somebody went out last night and didn't celebrated the new moon on the beach.
I hear you. Wonderful.
Right. So had that, and then social media, of course, on Instagram and Facebook is Divine Goddess 888. Oh wait, no, Divine Goddess Power 888. I'm sounding like you now.
I'm telling you.
Stuff. Oh my gosh, it's like you can't say everything so quickly. And you can also email me if you have any questions or any concerns, or even, want to shoot me a shout out. It's Shauna at Divine Goddess. No, it's not. It's Shauna at goddesspower.net. Oh my gosh.
And mine is easier. It's advice@sonoramystictarot.com.
Yeah.
And the Sonora Mystic Tarot, of course, is written right there on the bottom of the screen, so it's easy to see.
That's what I got to figure out. Somehow I got to figure out somewhere in the back just to put it. I'm like, here it goes. It's right here.
Yeah, maybe I can put it under your name too, or something, and somewhere on the screen.
Yeah, I think I can change it up under the Zoom name, I guess.
Yeah. That's a good place to put it. Actually, is where they
right. That's what I was just thinking.
Name.
Now that's another part I got to figure out.
Yeah.
We're getting better at this technology.
We are indeed. We are indeed. Now, what I see here from the relationship aspect is I see there's some bumpy road right here, and I'm wondering what's going on. Some things some things that you're worried about, some things that you're concerned about, some things that you're not quite sure about, some things that you don't know what's going on there. The Queen of Cups is here. She's saying that apparently the relationship has taken a little bit of deviation. It's changed a little bit. You still have some happiness there, but there's a deviation and change, and there's been some conflict. Apparently, you guys have had some struggles, some fights, some arguments, or some disagreements. The one thing to do is that when the outcome, of course, the final card here is the Hierophant. When you see the Hierophant is saying, remember what a relationship is. And because that's important, is sometimes we get so involved in the relationship, we forget what a relationship is. And it's two people, it's give and take, and it's those kind of things. And so when you're in these struggles and so forth, and as it's changed, and as you've tried to rise above it, and you have risen above some of this chaos and concern, and it's interesting because this is the struggle, but it looks like you guys have dropped the swords. But also the problem is when you guys fight, sometimes certain words are used that are not comfortable, and it's hard to get over those words. And this is that concern. This is the concern, is that sometimes the words used are a little more harder to get over than the fight itself, because they cut deep. And that's always the case. When you love somebody, you know how to cut them deeper than anybody else can cut them. And the interesting thing, the World card and the Chariot's here. Now, the World card in this situation, when the conflicts are here and the relationship is changing, sometimes that would indicate that the World card is saying you need to look at how does this fit into your future? How do you want this? Do you want this to be part of that? Is this what you want? Is this what you intended for yourself? And this is a big question, because again, that big question is that do you understand relationships? Do you realize what it takes to make a relationship? Because again, a lot of people think we fall in love, we get together, we're together, and then it's happy ever after. Well, no, there's a bump in the road. There's more than one bump in the road from time to time. And again, you have to look at the worldview. Is this what I want for my life? If the struggles are too much and you figure, you know what, I can't see this in my life, then this card's saying it's time for you to make a change. It's a time for you to move on. Now, the other thing, though, with this card is very deceptive because it's the moving card, but it's also the victory card. So you can see that with the World card and the victory card here, even though you've had struggles and strifes, that love is enough that if you were to get these other questions answered, if you were to be able to figure out that path forward, then you could then see yourself staying with this person and having victory over this period. Because again, sometimes we go in cycles. Relationships are like anything else. And so you've had a cycle. You had a cycle of all this situation and you were rising above it. But then another conflict happened. Again, it's rise above conflict, rise above conflict. And the question is this what your view is? So if I were to look at this from the point of view that I initially spoke, and that is that I think that you're going to find that this may be not fitting with what you anticipated in a relationship, and that you have to make choices based on that. You have to make choices based on what you want from a relationship. Because if it doesn't fit your relationship needs short term, then it will not fit them long term. But that's a choice that you're gonna have to make. What do you have, Shauna?
First card, ask for guidance. We're here. The next card is forgive yourself, trust your intuition, have an attitude of gratitude, and understand your body. What's amazing is I had pulled those first and then did the chakra cards, and it's prayer. Now, if you can tell, I don't know if the light's showing, but you got one side of you making lemons out of lemonade, per se, and one thinking the relationship should be this way, and you thinking the relationship should be this other way. I'm also seeing that, with all of this, I feel like you are being rerouted as well, like going and stepping out of this relationship with, because this is not serving you of what you see your vision of a relationship should be. And this is you literally walking away with the mysticism. So this is like, you trust what's going on, and the decision that you have to make with this relationship is literally the first thing is forgiving yourself for all the crap you think you've done, but you've only been yourself. Trust your intuition, trust your gut, trust your heart on this, and understand how this flows and what you want. Now, once again, this is all free will, like Don says. This is all what you choose to do. But if you wanted to go down a particular road with this relationship, then you got to make decisions of what to do. And, spirit is with you regardless of whatever you choose.
And the other thing is, when I pulled 3 more cards, the one card is the news card. So you'll be getting news very soon that will help you to make your choice to determine whether this is something you want or not. That news will be enlightening. It'll be awakening, and it'll help you because it's what's going to help you to figure out the questions you don't have answered. If you look here again, remember again, you have questions here, then you not sure the answers are. The news is going to help to answer those questions. That could also bring, again, an end to all the conflict. Again, you're going to persevere. You're going to get through this. You're a strong person. The strength card is here. You can handle this. You can do this. And the perseverance card says, do you stay with stability? Again, one thing about relationships is they are stable. It's like, okay, it's what I know. It's not. It's that sometimes we will take what we know because we're afraid of what we don't know. And so right now you're in a stable situation, but if you focus on what it is you want, desire, need, request, and so forth, then again, that stability may not be the answer that you want. Maybe you want something more than just merely stability. You're wanting balance. Look at that. You're wanting balance.
Yeah.
You want to make sure. And look at this. Archangel Gabriel's with you. I mean, Archangel Michael's with you.
He's there too.
Yes, and Gabriel's there too. Absolutely, yeah. And so you're being watched over. You're being looked at. Whatever you decide, go all in though. When you make a decision,
Absolutely.
make the decision and do it. Don't be half in, half out the door, because that's not going to help you in any way. Again, to find the balance, you need to make a decision and move with it. And you know what you need to do. You manifest. You kind of already know what you want to do. You're manifesting it, and that makes sense, especially on a day like today. So manifest what it is you want. If you want this relationship to be stronger, then send it to the world today that this relationship will survive, it'll get stronger, and these issues will resolve themselves. If you want something else, then you manifest it. But today is that day. Today is the day to manifest, because
yes, it is. Be clear.
Yes.
You will serve lemons, now make lemonade. Let
Absolutely.
it be sweet as ever. And this is what you are manifesting into your life right now. So move with that energy. Also set your intentions. Be very clear of your intentions tonight, because it is impotent.
Yes, it's going to be crazy energy, and avoid arguments. No matter what you do tonight, today, this entire day, and even into tomorrow, because actually the lingering effects.
Because it's 3 days.
Yeah, I was gonna say the lingering effects of a Scorpio moon is longer, and it's like the longest effects, and so it is going to be a very frustrating period for some. So don't do arguments. If something comes up, you know what? For now, walk away, gloss over it. This is not the day to take it head on. This is definitely not that day.
You do not need to fight. You don't need to argue. You don't need to do don't waste your time with that. Because then you're going to open that door back up that is trying to be closed right now, So don't open that door. It is not worth it. It's only beneficial to the other to have that argument and have that disagreement, because there's a lack of an understanding. So literally this is about you right now and your time, and for you to get your answers the way you need to get them.
And
if this was confirmation, then this is confirmation for you, honey.
And this is not even a day to have the conversations. Again, like Shauna said, this is not the day to have those conversations. No deep. For the next 2-3 days, we're not I'll wait. I'll wait till next week. Exactly.
Because you need to be clear. It's not the other. It's just you need to be clear, and you need to articulate what you're trying to say and what you are feeling. And it's just as important as what that other person has to say,
And those feelings right now are being influenced heavily.
Absolutely.
By all of this Scorpio craziness. So and I'm a Scorpio.
It's that trigger factor. I don't know what's up with y'all Scorpios, boy. Y'all know how to.
When we come to play. We come to
play. You ain't lying. Y'all bring that smoke. You hear me?
Absolutely. Lord have mercy. And you know what? After these readings today, I'm telling you, these cards were heavy today. I felt a very heavy energy, and it's got to be this new moon energy, because I've never. So I'm going to be using my selenite wand, and I'm going to be cleansing these damn cards.
Look what I got right here. I have my selenite tower, and it's just in front of me.
These cards
this whole time.
Heavy.
And it's head. It's the crown. It's like everything. Like as far as in, you're not finding balance of where your heart is being blocked, because everyone is in their head. Like I had to close my third eye, and I'm thinking, like, I already closed it. I'm like, why is this thing throbbing? And it's everybody's energy right now, and it's the Scorpio stuff that's being triggered. It's these emotions that's being triggered. But this is, we warriors. So
that's it.
We're not alone. We are all together in this tribe, and you need any help. You can hit Don up at Advice to Nora Mystic Tarot, or me, Shauna, at goddesspower.net, and we can go even further,
And if you want to make sure that if you want to know how to open your chakras, open those, there's a lot of different ways, but one way specifically is by visualizing in front of you a plate over the chakra area. Like if it's your third eye, it's going to be that blue plate. If it's your crown chakra, it's going to be that purple plate, but it's going to be over that area. And then you're going to look at it and start it spinning a little bit, and then speed it up. and then let it go. And that will help open your eye, the third eye up, or the chakra up, shall we say. You can do it for all your chakras, by the way. And then when you're done, to make sure that you shatter that plate. Make sure that you stop it and you shatter it, and that'll close it for you. Because sometimes we don't realize we have things open, like Shauna said. You don't realize they're open. And then by surprise, all this energy comes in. You're like, where is this coming from? And you realize, oh my God, I didn't close that. So make sure that no matter what you do, you close it. This is a wonderful way to do it.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Angie.
And if you need help doing it, we are here.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I need to do a little video to explain that whole method so people know it's out there. And Shauna, if I can tip her hat to her, Shauna is putting together little postings that talk about the different stones and the different crystals and so forth. So where you'll know what each of those, the powers of each of those stones and crystals. So if you're ever curious about that, when you look at her site, you'll see that, because that is going to be a wonderful thing to to do and to learn to understand those crystals. For me, it's always what is it? The purple stone, amethyst.
Amethyst
is always with me.
He's the amethyst today,
and my mind's not clear today. I should have it with me because
you should have it. I have a selenite and spirit quartz, because when I always come out with the cards, spirit quartz comes out in Lemurian. So just to keep my vibes super high, but that selenite always stay on my desk because it has to clear out. But I also protect myself with that of having my snowflake obsidian as an owl here as well. So I break all of that stuff down on the YouTube of what they are and what their powers are and how to clean them and how to use them properly. And even with the crystal grids, for this new moon, you got, which will be that works great around this new moon, is labradorite and moonstone, selenite, of course. What's another one? I believe. Was it amethyst?
One of the things
for the new moon. Oh, smoky quartz.
Yeah. One of the things to remember, if you have stones that end in the ites, like selenite, all the other ites, you can't put water on them. You can't put them in water. There are rituals. Some people talk about cleansing the stones and cleansing them. You put them in a water bath. You can, and not just to clean them. I'm not talking cleaning, cleansing. You can put them in a spirit water bath. You can put them in a holy water bath. You can put them out in the moonlight, whatever. But the one thing about the ites is that they are porous and they will suck up the water. So you don't want to put those in any kind of water. And you don't put them outside and let the elements at them. Instead, you cover them. If you're going to put them outside, put them in plastic or something so where that they can be outside, safe in the elements, and not get damaged should it rain or whatever before you bring them in. So just an idea.
Yeah. Well, so also protection. Protection is big.
Yep. Absolutely.
So you want to lead us out? Last time you made me do the benediction. It's your turn to do the benediction for church.
Absolutely. We have definitely run over time. Thank you all so very, very much for popping in. We do appreciate. We always appreciate you stopping in. And Shauna, thank you so much for joining. I love having you here. Your information is always wonderful. You help to fill the voids when I'm missing something. And more importantly, you give confirmation, because when our cards are speaking and they're speaking the same voice, it's like that should be a sign to anybody that maybe they should be listening a little bit more.
Just a little bit. Maybe.
Just a little bit. And with that said, we're going to let you guys go. Have a great weekend. Don't forget, this is the month of November. We are looking at holidays for those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving and so forth coming around. This is going to be an amazing time of year for emotions. And so don't forget to heal yourself. Keep yourself replenished. Go in and find that peaceful Zen place, because as the holidays get crazy, we get crazy because we can't seem to find a way to release that energy. So listen to me closely. Take care of yourselves. Keep yourselves in a good place, in a good way, because it could overwhelm you very fast. And so I wish you all blessings, healings, health, love, prosperity, but most importantly, patience, because in the holidays, patience is required.
Yes. Remain grounded and centered.
Absolutely, absolutely. And with that said, we're going to be gone. We'll see you next week on Thursday again. Take care, y'all. Bye-bye. Bye, Shauna.
Bye. Okay, am I?
I'm not sure which one.
Did you